Hi everyone, it's Ian Hewitt again for motionsensor.com. I don't think the flash needs to be on, but it is on. I think the cameraman could probably turn the flash off, but up to her. Anyway, it's movementsensorlights.com. One more time. And if you want to see who you're buying off, go to facebook.com/iHewitt. India, Hotel, Echo, Whiskey, India, Tango, Tango, iHewitt at the end of facebook.com, and you've got me who you're actually buying off. Oh, there it is, right at the bottom of there. Right at the very bottom one, the bottom URL, see that? Facebook.com, iHewitt, that's the one. All right, and we're at that for all the best goodies and prices and free stuff. Now, free stuff like we throw in 2-pack epoxy. We throw in other glues. Most important, another free type of glue, and a free docking system, and free more super glue, very important, and a free coat. Now, when I say free, you know what I really mean? I mean, like all free stuff, built into the price. So when you're looking around and you're finding that, oh, they're cheaper than him, oils ain't oils. And for a start, today we're talking about these strip lights. Now, they all look very much the same and they're everywhere, but they're very much different, even though they look so similar. For example, to show you how different and similar they can look, this one is the old-fashioned type that takes batteries. Rechargeables, unless you're a total animal, which we are at this present, because we didn't have any rechargeables left, as an example. Now, that light was one of the originals. I think they're going to get cheaper. You can buy them now for $7, something like that, online. However, they're not all the same. For example, that one, these things break off. You can put them back on. Once, oh, there it almost goes. Then, once it's on, it's on. Now, of course, once that's stopped and it's in the dark, it will go off and on. But there's no controls or anything. If you want it off right now, you have to pull the batteries. Okay, now that looks the same, doesn't it? No. USB charged. Twice as heavy, much better, and USB charged like your iPhone. Not only that, the light at that is totally magnetic, okay? So you put this, you peel this off this side, put that on, and it'll immediately fall off within 2 weeks. So when you peel that off, you put super glue, you put that on, and then this very magnetized light will stick to it, and it's USB charged. We're going to sell a lot of those if, of course, you don't want fully solar. If you want fully solar, no recharging, no batteries, no nothing, we're going to suggest these. Basically, you put them outside for a day, and they give you, from 6 hours of sunshine, you get 12 hours of light. And often these are in a cupboard or something, and they're only a few minutes of light every day. They last for months. And then you put them outside on your charging station, once a week, once a month, whatever. So if you want full solar, and we do specialize in solar, you'll be getting those for indoor, outdoor, every use, because they're a quick charge light. These look a lot nicer. If you want your wardrobe and it's a classy new home, you may not want that sticking in your wardrobe as much as that. And I could understand that. But please, the prices are going to vary greatly, and you won't know which are the good ones and which are the bad ones. A lot of them, you have to stick either some of this, good old 3M, you have to make this into a magnetized light, and then you stick the tin bit that they give you wherever, and you stick your light to it. The problem with those is some people prefer to stick the tin on this and the magnet elsewhere. We also use other systems. This is one that does work if you glue it on properly. And remember, free meaning built into the price as usual. We give free, all this stuff free, and free postage and handling. Now, we didn't go $10 plus $2.50 for postage and handling and say $12.50. free postage, do we? Oh, maybe we did. That's right, it's built into the price. So when you come to movementsensorlight.com, okay, you get lots of free stuff, i.e. it's all built into the price. We are the best prices, we're the experts on this. No one knows more than us about this stuff. Also, if you do order a battery light from us, it has to come, we have a $50 minimum anyway, and it will come with its own battery charger, worth at least $5. And it's free, remember? Totally free. Okay? I think you get the idea. So it's called deboxing, believe it or not. And when you offer a product on YouTube, you're supposed to debox. So let's debox a big one. What's in here? Now, we are going to sell these. Oh, very nice. Charge cable, always a good sign. No charge, because it means it's at least LED and you won't have to stick batteries in it. And we only suggest rechargeables. When you buy from us, you'll also get a link. You get all this free stuff. But the things you do get free that are just, I suppose, priceless really, is we will, if you ask for it, and we will pre-Velcro or have them. Each light we sell will come with a mounting system that works. We try to keep the, we're going to get some music now, so ELO in the background. Okay, so this one is a very, very late model and the one we're selling at the moment, the only one we're going to sell. Of course, if you have a use and you want a quote on 10,000 or 1,000, 200, whatever, 20 of the ones with the battery, they're going very cheap, yet you have to put in rechargeables. I would say, personally, I like the LED charge. I try not to use any rechargeable batteries, and for God's sake, don't, if you're going to buy normal batteries, buy the most expensive ones that you possibly can, Duracells or whatever, because when they go into a landfill a month later, they do the same damage. So one crappy battery or a really good, same damage, so you might as well get a good one. But you really should chuck them over your shoulder. If you do the sums, it's hundreds of batteries you save by buying 8 of those. You buy 8 batteries, you keep them all charged, and you replace them because they're ready to go. But let's start with debox. We have, let's see, we have a charge cable, always good. Ridiculously useless instructions. They're in Chinese on one side, and in such small writing on the other side, you want to kiss it. Now I do have a magnifying glass. The trouble is I've read it before, and it's in Chinglish. In other words, it's Chinese English, and I have translated them for you. So you debox that. Happens to be a very good magnetic one. So you're going to go with the magnetic system. You would peel that off. You would put super glue there. You would put it that way or that way, doesn't matter. Inside a cupboard, a wardrobe, wherever. And when that's fully charged, that will give you a long time of very nice light and classy. And at all times when they run out, you just pull it off, replace it with the spare one you've got. I always think you should buy, if you want one of these, you have 2. One fully charged at all times. And when that goes, instead of running it away and not having it, put the new one in, charge when you feel like it. If I was going to do 20 of those, I'd buy 40. If I was going to use 10 of those, I'd buy 20, have the 10 around the place, and have 10 charged. And I mean, they get quite good looking. This one is a battery operated job, so once again, you'd have to get that. But a very classy looking light, and with the system we've got to hold it, it will hold. And if you're going to go to LED in your home, and it's a new home, Ross, etc., or you've got a boat, whatever, where you'd like some nice classy light, that's a very nice one. I also find these very, very good. But watch out, the instructions are dreadful. It says, find the pin enclosed, find the hole, push it in to activate the battery, blah, blah, blah. And in fact, cannot find the pin, cannot find anything. The instructions say that, but in fact, This must be a later model with old instructions, who knows. But I finally find that there's an on-off switch here. You don't have to activate the battery with any pin or anything. It's a sealed battery, though you can pull it out and replace it. So theoretically, the battery, you get 50,000 hours out of an LED. They're very, very long lasting. That'll photo charge. It's only the battery inside that has about a 3-year lifespan and is replaceable. So ecologically speaking, you can't beat solar power. But the looks, you know, do you want that in your wardrobe? I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna have that in my wardrobes. I don't think I'll care when they're super bright, and they're in fact, I think, better than some of these. Oh, and just so you know, this one's a very high class one. The best ones have on, off, and auto. And the reason it's got off auto is because I'm moving it. But these ones, as I said, were just on when you put batteries in them. And then there's this one. Now it looks the same, but again, the difference is, and they don't tell you, there's a little tiny button. And you hold it, 1, 2, 3. Took me a long time to discover that, considering it's not in the instructions or the ones I had. But I worked it out. You hold it for 3 seconds, and it will start working once there's no light. You put it wherever. And just turn it off. I think you push it one more time again. There you go. So, these strip lights are excellent. Buy them from us because you'll never know otherwise the quality you're getting. We have bought literally all of them. And let's move on. There are longer ones you can ask for. I highly recommend when you're buying from us, from, where would it be? It's, we know that it's built into the price at, there, you will see all these, there's longer ones, but let's debox my favorite at the moment. I got some in, had these, they had the battery ones, which of course equals this, which is still okay, an option, but I prefer built in. But check this out. We used to think that these were all right. These are a mini drawer light. For example, for a drawer, often you can't see everything in there. You have a little drawer light or in a cupboard. But what a drag these are to install, because the way they work is they sit there and on the thing that closes, there's a magnet, basically, and when you open it up, the magnet lets go and it lights the cupboard, but getting it set up is just such a drag. It's just, you need a handyman to fit those. I had trouble, and it's really hard inside a cupboard to get things to line up. We will no longer sell those or promote them in any way because, and this is actually probably the only light that works with what it comes with. We stuck one of these recently in a cupboard, and in fact, we should go and have a look at how it's going. Why don't we? Come on, everyone. Into the kitchen. Now, talking about lights that I would, oh, it's too light in here. Well, there it goes. But talking about lights that I would have in my cupboard, that's super cheaper, brighter, better, and uses no power. It just uses 1 day in the sun every few months. Then we've got, oh yes, I've got one of those. Again, I like solar, i.e. free. But we put in this to do some testing. Now here's the little one I was talking about. It uses little camera batteries. It has lasted at least a month. However, getting that to match that, to come in and turn it off magnetically was a real drag compared to, I simply peeled it off, stuck that in, put 2 batteries in it, rechargeable. You just check. It opens the same way as those other. Be careful, the thing does come off. And yes, there you go, 2 rechargeable batteries. You go like that, as I said, and once these are on, there's no switches or anything. This is just on once you get the battery case closed. But what a great little cupboard light. And believe me, a lot of drawers could do with one of these stuck on the side of the drawer, the back of the drawer, anywhere where they work great. Here's another good example. There's the little one here, the magnet here. I've actually araldite it here. It was such a pain to get on correctly, but very soon, in fact, this is how soon we're going to go like this. and one of the only lights on the market that as it comes out of the box will in fact work. I hope. Has it got batteries in it or is that total? Let me just check. Hard to tell. No batteries. So that was a great example. Let's just throw a couple of batteries in it quickly. We'll pull them out of that other one that had batteries, if we can find it. There it is. And there's a couple of batteries to make our point. Let's put them back in. So 1 battery, 2 batteries, and they should be rechargeable. They're an animal. It comes on, of course, because it's moving. Okay, now it should go off. While we're looking, there's this one. This one was sensitive enough to go off. This is the key model, it's on the website. It holds your keys, and like all of them, turns into a flashlight at all times. This one is actually battery, so once again, recharging. Now let's have a look at this one. And this one, the little one's worked. Now this one hasn't. Now what have we done wrong? I would say I put the batteries in the wrong way, or they are too dead. Let's have another look. 1 battery, 2 batteries. Close it. Now it's working. Let's see if it actually is working. Okay, one more check. Oh, I love it. Compared to that. So you're going to get that sort of light compared to that sort of light. And these are our, shall we say, own invention, modified, whatever. So, here we go. And that's how it should work. These do work, but bloody hard to fit. Much rather have those. And also the batteries are everywhere, they're rechargeable. These are those little round camera batteries and you're going to throw them away. That's a pretty well lit cupboard now. As they all are becoming. Speaking of, well, we're on a tour. Well, thank you for the tour. Let's see, what have we got here? Oh yes, quickly in there. The strip light there has come on. I'm only just testing them. And in this wardrobe we happen to have one of these. Again, I'm going to convert it to the solar powered ones very shortly. Let's go back. And so I think we've pretty much covered the strip lights. No discussion on them, on any LED or activated lights would be complete without these. They are a great light. They've been around for a long time. These are the originals. I don't like them because they haven't got any control on them. This is another one. Again, 3 rechargeables. These round ones last a long time, but it's a bayonet mount and then you get this little sticker. And the first time you try and get it off to change the batteries, it rips it off the flat. We've come up with a way of keeping it. There's 2 up there. We've found a way to keep them stuck on. Those 2 there, if it was dark and I walked through there, would come on. And that's a good way to do it. And they last a long time, but once again, rechargeable batteries. So I have to get up like this. And I know that this one could do with some fresh batteries. So, see, it's tough to get them off, but if you can get that on strong enough, there's the 3 batteries. I go like this. This one's a different one. In fact, I could just replace it with that one.
I need to turn off light.
Yes, I will in a minute. So we'll replace it with this one and see what happens. It's not really full, but there you go. And I'll turn off the lights to see if they work. There we go, and there has to be some movement. So, there she goes. And you can see the left one is still needs new rechargeable, but that's been there for a couple of months. And actually, in a moment, we're going to go for a walk and see if the ones on some apartments out there are done. So anyway, good night everyone. Oh, actually, before you run away, before I run away, lots of other good stuff at the website. We are going to have some novelty stuff. For example, you doomsday preppers or anyone really that needs a good torch that lasts forever. Simply goes on your belt. Once again, I should have probably put batteries in this before I decided to show you, and we'll have a whole show on all the different oddities. There's another great light, magnet, etc., rechargeable, but and this is a fence light, for example. sits along fences, solar panel in here, LEDs there, there's an on-off switch. We're testing that at the moment. So there's going to be a lot of novelties. Here's a classic. This one here, it's a solar panel, and it basically, in the daytime, it's off and charging, and at night time it's on all night, and it's to light up like a keyhole or anything you want light all the time on. This one, we'll be selling these as a novelty just for fun, and for also, if your kids, there's a solar panel, and I love them because of this, and a mini USB. So this will charge your phone, charge anything, whatever, and in this case, it charges what's supposed to look like the old-fashioned bulbs, okay, and oh, it's even charged. And then, when it isn't charged, you have to hang it somewhere, you simply put this in here, but mini USB, leave it in the sun, and she's charged up. Oh, look at that, red light even comes on. There must be a left light in that to be running the little red light. So there's nothing like these to play around with. We've made a solar baseball cap. That'll be another video. And thanks very much, YouTubers. Be there or be square. Oh, free Velcro. Free Velcro. Free equals. That's right. So when you come to there, you will realise that our prices are very cheap because of all the free stuff you get. Yes, and also all of them have been tested. We only sell ones we've tested. They all look the same, so good luck if you're trying to buy them or them, because the chances are, I would say 1 in 6 you'll get the good ones. Otherwise you'll get cheap and nasty ones of them, and the really cheap ones will always be the battery ones of them with no control, compared to the luxury Rolls Royce of on, off, auto, LED charged, mounting system that actually works. Top quality light, very average quality light, but you'll never tell the difference. And as I said, these things fall off all the time, and you've got to hook them back in. Not ideal. You know, great light, worth mucking around with. Go for the rechargeable, go for ours. These are a drag. I'm not going to sell them unless someone, you want an order, you know, you've got something, you really need a cheap light, and you need a lot of them. I would give you a quote on these, but we won't be selling them. We'll be only selling stuff that we like and that works well, that doesn't fall apart. I highly recommend you don't buy those little lights you saw up there. Go with the mini strip ones of these. And thanks for that, and there'll be more videos coming. I hope you enjoyed it, and sayonara.